run through them really quickly. But in this next topic, Tesla has just released their reliability of the supercharger ratio, or the ratio of their Tesla superchargers. And this makes sense, right? I mean, if you are anyone that is on the fence about buying another type of electric vehicle out there, you really got to experience, maybe you tap on one of your friends and go experience a Tesla supercharger versus the competition, because Tesla superchargers are at near 100%, near perfect reliability uptime ratio. And that's a pretty big feature, and we'll talk about why. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. But let us take a look at this. Shout out to Inside EVs. Tesla says, quote, that supercharger average uptime is near perfect, 100%. Quote, chargers that just work, but what does that really mean? And so if we take a look at the data here, you can see the average uptime of charging sites across all their different chargers is at a near 99.95% in 2022. And that's big. I mean, because if you have tests, or if you've been driving if you've driven any other electric vehicle that has to use EVgo, Electrifying America, and all these other different stations, they could be down or they could be offline, but Tesla having a 99.95% uptime is very big news, because when you are driving around and when you're doing road trips, or you're like me driving all over California highways, you really are trying to time the different supercharging and charging times. And so driving up and maybe even waiting for 5 minutes, or driving up, parking and plugging in really quick and to go maybe take a bathroom break, those minutes definitely start to add up. Or if you've got to sit there for 20 minutes, then any minute or 5 minutes that you're stalling between actually starting your charging rate is going to, I guess, could be a pretty detrimental at the end of the day. But definitely some cool stuff. Really cool to see that Tesla has a near 100% supercharging ratio. But if you're a Tesla owner out there, you probably already knew this because of how reliable a Tesla supercharger is in competition to everyone else. But we're going to jump into our next topic. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But if you're just joining in,